West African Economic and Monetary Union inflation rate stood at 8.4% in October, compared to 8.3% in September. The bloc is caught in an unprecedented inflationary spiral. Should governments and financial institutions have ramped up their efforts, or did inflation require more than a monetary policy?
Year-on-year inflation in the West African Economic and Monetary Union stood at 8.4% in October 2022, up from 8.3% in September, according to data from the Central Bank of West African States. The Union had expected inflation to fall to 8% for October, which is still 3 times the target of 3% for the region. The bank blamed high food and fuel prices for the figure.
That the government can take to make sure that they make progress towards food security will be helpful. But it is also important to make sure that the countries move steadily and promptly towards everything that can allow them to make sure that their economy are more competitive.
During a summit for the region's heads of state in Abidjan, Ivorian President Alassane Ouattara was optimistic about the coming year, saying the outlook for 2023 was favorable, but climate change, which has affected agriculture, and the threat of militancy in the Sahel could still hurt the region's economy.
Next year, it is expected that in some countries within the region, growth may be even actually reaching double-digit level. That is certainly, of course, subject to a number of downside risk that needs to be taken into account. And of course, when we talk also about the region, there are also potential security tension that needs to be addressed, and that actually requires country to allocate a significant part of their budget to address them.
Growth is projected to slow from 6.1% in 2021 to 5.7% in 2022.
That does it for this edition of Business Africa. Do stay with us. More news up next on Africanews.com and on our platforms.